Version 1.3 is here and it's time to make some updates to the tier list. Let's start with Kaguya. Amarna Squad changed the meta for supports because of its massive ballistic damage and attack buffs. This really made Kaguya universal, and with the upcoming buffs to her kit and Pine Aurora, she's undoubtedly the best support in the game for this version. This bumps her up to the top spot since she's useful in pretty much every team now, and all investment in her will always be useful. Then we can talk about Winter Solstice and Coronet, because with the introduction of Moxir Shadoka, Yao just cemented her position as the highest single target DPS character. Shadoka's kit is pretty much built for Winter Solstice and Coronet. So Coronet remains as one of the top DPS choices since she's so versatile. And then there's Ethereal Cloud Chenxing, who only got a slight buff from Shadoka, so she stays at pretty much the same place in SSS tier. And finally, the new character, Shadoka herself. Moxir is an incredible support for ballistic DPS characters, which kind of changes the meta along with the introduction of Amarna Squad, where ballistic DPS characters are now desired for leaderboard content like Neural Simulation. He also has the potential to give a higher damage buff than Kaguya if you want to score higher, so it's very worth investing in her. Shadoka and Kaguya in two separate teams with Amarna is what the meta is right now, but the fact that Shadoka doesn't work well with skill-based characters like Absconditus makes her more niche than Kaguya. And on that note, let's talk about Absconditus now. Haru is the best character for general mobbing, but outside of that, she's just a decent character. She's a very replaceable character, even though she's very useful since Season can release a character with better mobbing and bossing anytime in the future. Though she's still a massive quality of life character because how useful she is in so many modes, so I place her at the top of SS tier. And then we have Wild Hunt. He got a slight buff from the buffs to Pine Aurora if you use Kaguya as your support in your team, but it's not big enough to make a difference. A new change is also that she can use Amarna Squad as a support, which might become relevant in the future. We'll see how she fares in the upcoming patches, but for now, she's in SS tier at M1. Then we gotta talk about the big 3 4-star supports, Redacted, Little Sunshine, and Observer, who got a pretty nice buff with the introduction of Amarna Squad. I've updated their support builds with the Amarna Squad logistics in the guide, and I recommend you to farm additional sets that you can use for these characters in the future. The rest of the tier list is pretty much the same, aside from the fact that the shotgunners and snipers have got a slight buff if you use Shadoka as a support for them. And aside from this tier list, I've added the new banners and logistics set for this event, and a new website run by Vikyash that has a database and information about new events, so check that website out as well. Before I end this video, I would like to thank Yuki Kimura for the support. It's thanks to the community and generous supporters like you that I can maintain and improve this guide over time. I really appreciate it. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you found this video useful and have a nice day.